Y'all, we're doing a big facelift here on the farm, and I had to call in for some help. I needed some help for this one. What is going on, y'all? Jason over here at Cog Hill Farm, and y'all, it is a beautiful day. I can tell spring is here. We're gonna be close to 80 degrees today. We may even hit 80 today. Having those cool mornings though, it's like, you know, you dress for winter here in the South. You know, we get cold when it's below 45, 50 degrees, but you know, it'll be in the 40s when we get up, and then y'all by mid-morning, whew, it's getting on up there. I hope y'all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Hope you guys had a awesome Easter. Hey baby, we're gonna try this brush again. Yeah, your hair's looking great though. It really is. Yeah, hey Jess, hey girl. A lot of y'all suggested that I go in a circle with the comb, and that would help get more of the hair out. And it might be. It might be. We're gonna get you, Jesse. It might be working better. Let's see. Yeah, there's some hair coming out here. I see some hair on here. Yeah. All right, now let's get you with our other brush and get you brushed out now. That winter coat's starting to come out. I can tell your hair's starting to look better. That in-between baby coat, baby hair, winter coat, and your spring summer coat, all happening at the same time, isn't it, girl? All right. There you go. All right, Jesse. It's your turn, girl. It's your turn. Yeah, it's your turn. All right, girls. Now look at y'all. Don't y'all look beautiful? And they're fixing to groom each other. They love each other. They really do. Yeah, they really do. Well, y'all, I had to call in some help. I did. I had to call in some help here. I had to get somebody's opinion and advice on something here, and that is some areas here that I have been wanting to fix up and to plant some things. And so I needed some advice. And one area is out front here, in front of the pastures here, right there, that open spot. You can see our blue pipe where we've been filling up the pond, and I'm going to get a water line over there eventually, but that's way down on the list. But that big area right there, it's just been wide open, and I really wanted to plant something there. And I talked to Jason at Petals from the Past. He gave me an idea, because I thought planting 3 trees out there would work. And he gave me some ideas of what I needed to plant. I still didn't know exactly where I wanted them. And out of those 3 trees, I was leaning towards one. So the 3 trees he suggested were a Callaway crabapple, a Nuttall oak, and a Savannah holly. And all of them were beneficial for not only us, but to the wildlife and pollinators and all that. But I was really leaning towards that crabapple. So I wanted somebody else's opinion who is just a expert, and that's my friend Tracy over there at Just Dig It Farm. She is a master. I'm just talking about, she has a degree in interior design, exterior design. So I reached out to her and asked her would she come over here one day and help me with some things, and one being, which tree should I plant? So Tracy came over, and not only did she give me an idea of what tree I should plant, and it went from 3 trees to 7. And just the way she visions things is different than me, and I loved her idea. And tree she suggested was the crabapple. She thought the crabapple would be best, but she also suggested one called a Chinese pistache tree. Of course, the crabapple is going to give us those gorgeous blooms in the spring and provide lots of pollen and nectar for the bees and pollinators here. And it will produce little bitty crab apples that the birds will absolutely love. Now, I do have a crab apple in the fruit orchard that is meant to harvest off of it. It produces big crab apples. But the Chinese pistache tree is absolutely gorgeous, y'all, in the autumn time. It's pretty, it's a pretty tree. It's a tree. It's gonna produce green leaves and be beautiful, but it puts on a show in the fall or autumn. And it is just gorgeous. Red, orange, yellow, green, all at the same time. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful tree. And it is a large tree. It'll get up to, it could get up to 60 foot tall, which is fine. That's what we want. Now, the crab apples won't get that tall. They'll get about 25 to 35 foot tall. But the pistache will get tall, but it doesn't get super wide. So it's only going to get, I don't like Jessie turning her, even though she loves me and I trust her dearly. I don't want her to think something else is behind her and give me a little wallop. I don't need that in my life. But the Chinese pistache tree, just a beautiful tree. And all these trees are safe for our animals. And you may hear the word Chinese and think that it's going to be an invasive tree. And it can be in certain areas. But the nurseries sell you, and I can't remember which one it is. I'll have to look it up. But the nurseries don't sell you a male and female tree. So there will be no reproducing of it, because you got to have, it's one of those trees you got to have the male and female to reproduce. So the nurseries are only going to sell you a male or a female, and again, I forget which one it is. Both of them are pretty fast growers. We're going to get roughly about 24 inches, 2 foot a year on them. I'm excited about the trees, but there was another area that I wanted some help with, and that is our parterre garden, or the Alabama parterre garden. That was in between the rose swag. Y'all know we got the rose swag back there, right, baby? Yeah. And I've always felt like something was missing there, and I didn't really know what to plant there, and I didn't want to take away from the roses. So I asked Tracy what she thought there, and she gave me some great ideas for that as well. And I can't wait to show you guys what she suggested there and how we're going to put it and plant it. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. So when I get through brushing these fur babies here, we're going to make a trip to Petals from the Past, come back, probably only going to plant the trees today, but we'll see. We'll see, won't we, girl? Yeah, we're going to see. But we're going to come back and show you guys how everything's going to look. While I'm in here, I want to give you guys an update on the bus. My friend did come over. We did pull the motor, as you guys can see. There's the transmission. There's the gas tank. We replaced the gas tank. Thank goodness, because it was horrible. Here's the motor right here. We ended up going way deeper than I anticipated. I thought we were going to pull the motor, put the gas tank in, pull the carburetor, drain it, get any trash out of it, put it back together, and crank it and go. But while we had it out, we started checking for things. Noticed that the clutch was pretty worn, so I'm going to replace the clutch in it. Then we saw the rear main seal leaking on it, and I had already ordered a gasket kit. So we went ahead and started replacing gaskets, and then there's like just a couple of bolts and the heads come off. So I wanted to check the heads, make sure there weren't any cracks, check the pistons, check all that, the valves. There was good things, there was bad things. Good things is that somebody has rebuilt this motor at some point, and there's a fairly new engine oil cooler up here. The bad thing is that the valves in the cylinder head were not seating properly. So while we got it all off, and I don't want to go do this again, you know, 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, who knows how long it would have lasted. But when we had it out already, let's just go ahead and get it taken care of. Way easier to do it now while the engine's out and then having to pull the engine again. Well, hello, Miss Biscuit. How you doing, girl? How you doing, girl? You gonna help me plant some trees today? You gonna help me plant some trees? If you do, I'll be over there. You can come on over, okay? I won't complain. Or you can give me some moral support. One of the two. Get y'all minerals filled up before I go. All right, guys. Water's done. Minerals done. I'm gonna go run the pedals. See y'all later. All right, boys, y'all hold it down, okay? Y'all hold it down. Ooh, I do want to mention this for those that don't watch the live stream or that don't get the newsletter, is that we are having a meet and greet at Petals from the Past on April 20th. That is during their Antiques in the Garden event. Lots of vendors. You'll see homemade products. It is awesome. Our dear friend Laura from Simply Making It will be there with her soaps. And a lot of antique vendors. There is just antiques everywhere. Plus, just Petals in itself is awesome. It is the most awesome nursery ever. I love it. It's so much fun. So if you are interested in that, mark your calendar, April 20th. That is on a Saturday, and it starts around 9, and it'll go through to about 3 o'clock. And hope to see you guys there. Smell good too. Something does anyways. All right, y'all, got everything I needed. They had it all in stock. I doubt I'm gonna plant all this today. There's a lot of plants, but I do want to get it in the ground on, you know, I don't have to plant, I can plant a little bit at a time, so it's not that big a deal. I do want to get the trees in the ground today. That's my main thing, and then get everything laid out. So, you know, maybe in the evening time, I can plant 5 or 6 plants, and then, you know, just do a little bit as I can. But I want to get it in the ground before spring is over. I don't want to wait till this hot weather comes about. So super excited. I can't wait to show you guys what this is going to look like, and especially what it's going to look like 3 years from now. It's going to be unbelievable. Unbelievable. Can't wait to show you what we got. Okay, y'all, this is our Alabama parterre garden. It is I call it my rose garden too, because I got so many roses planted in here. I got a Lamarck rose right here that's going to grow over this beautiful arbor here. I got a Wanda spray rose right here that I'm going to train to grow on this fence. Of course, y'all know about my American pillar roses here that are going to create a rose swag. And I have my drift roses. These are called blushing, and it fills this whole hillside up with just beautiful blooms, and will continue to do so as they continue to spread. Now, that's why I like to call it my rose garden. Not to mention I got a Rev Devore rose on the back fence back there as well, and the rose swag turns and goes this way. So a lot of roses in here. The main plant we came up with right here is a native blueberry called Rosa Blush, and it'll get about 3 foot tall, and it produces these beautiful pink flowers like you see right now. That also has some fuchsia in it. It has some purple in it. The leaves will be this multiple colors. you got red in it, you got green in it. Sometimes it'll turn silvery. So this plant will give me all different types of color. And it is an evergreen, so it's not going to lose its leaves in the winter. It does produce berries, but they're very small. The bees are going to love the flowers. The birds will love the berries. What's great about these are they're going to grow great in my native soil, and it's going to give me 4 seasons of something different here. It's going to put on a show all year long and just give me interest in all 4 seasons. So the other 2 plants that we got for this planting bed is a Greggii Salvia called Raspberry and a chrysanthemum called Ryan's Pink. And I've been wanting Ryan's Pink for a very long time. Southern favorite here. And Ryan Gainey, a real popular gardener from Georgia. This is his mum, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It looks nothing like a chrysanthemum that you're thinking. Beautiful, beautiful plant. It's going to give me a light pink flower that's just going to multiply over the years, and just beautiful, beautiful. Now the raspberry salvia is going to look great with the hot pink American pillar roses. So all this, as you're seeing, is all in the same type of color scheme, and all these things should look gorgeous together. All right, y'all, let me show you how we got it laid out and all the way down. So we're going to plant the salvia in front of the roses, kind of like this right here. And this salvia spread. I'm going to dig a big hole. I know I got a mat under here, but we're going to dig. I'm going to cut the mat out and put the salvia so it can spread. So we'll let this get as big as we want it to. So it's going to go in front of the roses. And it's a great companion planting for roses. Then here are our blueberries right here. And look at the bees already, y'all. But here are our blueberries. I'm going to do a trio of blueberries in between each pillar. And this ain't exactly where they're going to go. I just set them out here. But a trio of the blueberries, and the mum is going to go in the middle. And I just got one mum right now. I really didn't know how many I needed because I had to visually see it. I may come back and add 2 more per section, but we'll see. These mums will spread, so I may not need any. I'm gonna repeat this pattern all the way down. So again, we'll have the salvia, the 3 blueberries, mum, salvia, 3 blueberries, mum, all the way down. This is going to be absolutely beautiful. If you're wondering, the blueberries are evergreen. The salvia is a perennial, so it will die back in the winter but come back up in the spring. And the same with the mums, unless we have some mild winters and they kind of hang around. But for the most part, the mum and the salvia will be a perennial. Now these plants are the ones that I'm going to work on a little bit at a time. I'm not going to try to get these planted today. Just would be a lot for me and Brooke to get this done. So I'm going to focus on the new trees we got, and let me go show you guys what we're doing with those guys and where they're going. And y'all gonna love this. We're in front of the animal pastures where Gus and Loretta are, the pigeon coops, Moody and the boys. This whole area here is just wide open right here, and we're eventually gonna let the natural grasses, and we're gonna plant some more grasses in here. And we may do something else in here in the future. But I do want some trees here. I've been wanting some trees here since it's been like this, but we haven't gotten around to it, and I really didn't know what to plant. The wind's blowing good today. It's done blowing my trees down, but I want to show y'all the flowers on this crabapple. I mean, look, they're open white, but look how they're budding, how they're just this beautiful, almost a hot pink color. And then in the early stages, you can see a little light pink on them, and then they end up opening full white with a little yellow in there. And this, I'm so excited about this. Let's see what it shows you. Here we go. This is what it's going to look like right here. Right there. I'm gonna tell y'all how I figured out how many I needed. I didn't want it so close to the pastures where we couldn't get a trailer in there or a truck in there, so I wanted to come off. And I was thinking about my pathways and my routes. And I just counted fences and the space in between fences. So I got a fence here, so Chinese pistache in the middle of this pasture. A fence there, Chinese pistache in the middle of this pasture. And down there were the boys. Gus and Loretta's fence to the boys' fence, and then a Chinese pistache there that gave him my 3 pistaches. How you say it? I don't think that's how you say it, but those 3 trees. Then I got 4 gates. Got a gate there, that's 1. Gate there, that's 2. Gate there, that's 3. And a gate there, that's 4. And that's how I came up with my separation of everything. And it should really be pleasing to the eye when it's all said and done, because it all kind of goes with each other with the sections and the gates and the spacing. Y'all, look, pool season's in. Old Big Gus is in the pool today. Hey, buddy. We're gonna get some trees planted. We're definitely gonna get some trees planted. And y'all, these trees are gonna be like right around in here. So you're talking about a 60-foot tree. Our sun goes this way. You can see it right there. So these trees will cast a shadow and provide some shade for the animals over here. Funny thing, while I'm setting these Chinese pistache trees out, Miss Lacey, who helped me over there at Petals, who is awesome, by the way, she told me that either her mother or her grandmother, I can't remember which one, calls the Chinese pistache tree the Ugly Duckling tree. Because y'all can see it right now. It is a ugly duckling. But we all remember what the ugly duckling turns into in the end. A gorgeous swan. So, gotta be a little patient with these guys. But they'll end up being a gorgeous, just gorgeous tree. And they grow really fast, so it's not gonna take as long as you think. And you can see I got these guys kind of center here of in between the 2 gates. And then we're gonna put the crab apples in between these Chinese pistaches, kind of even with the gates. Man, I love these crab apples. Love them, love them, love them. And I'm gonna kind of curve the crab apples the way the driveway curves. One thing you always gotta remember with trees, they're gonna get big. I've made that mistake so many times in the past, getting a tree and not giving it enough room. And it either grows into something, grows into another tree, or grows into a structure. So always remember that. Give your trees enough room, because they're gonna get really, really big, depending on the variety. But always keep that in mind when you're planting your trees. Ask your nursery who's selling you the tree, or look at the tag, or even search it online. But always remember that. Man, this is gonna be beautiful. And always remember, when you're digging your hole for your plants, you want to dig a hole twice as wide as your root ball right here. This is your root ball. And you don't want to bury your root ball below your hole. So you want to make sure it's either level or just a little bit higher. Because if you do that, if you bury it too deep, it could stunt its growth, or it could cause the tree to rot right there at the base. So that's pretty important. Twice as wide and just level or a little bit higher. Brooke is going to go get our homemade compost and grab me some organic fertilizer. Yeah, I can't wait to show y'all this in 2 years. It's gonna look beautiful. That seems like a long time, but y'all know good as well as I do is in 2 years it's gone like that. Yes, ma'am, that's me.
I don't know if I pick them up again.
Don't worry about it. You just stay right there. I got them. That's some good looking stuff, ain't it?
You think that'll be enough?
Oh, yeah.
2 buckets?
I think so. Especially the soil's already good. And we're just going to do a 1-to-1 mix, so it should be plenty. We'll lightly loosen our roots up here. We'll come back and put a little mulch around it. All right, y'all. I'll give y'all, I'll show y'all what it looks like. You can see the driveway right here. And then there is the first, right there, the first crab apple. And then the second one is right there. And the third one's over there, and the fourth one's over there. So it kind of curves with the driveway. So when these get big, it'll be really beautiful driving in and have the blooming crab apples as you drive down the driveway right there. Really, really pretty. Now you can see the pistache trees, the Chinese pistache, driveway, crab apple. There's the first pistache tree right there. That was probably a lot harder to see on camera because it's just that one trunk right now. But there is the first pistache tree right here. Now these will get bigger, which is awesome because it'll be like a backdrop for these guys. Plus, like I said earlier, it will cast a shadow over there. Even though the guys that got shelter, they can get out of the sun, it still will give them some more shade over there as well. Now, I didn't plant these guys in a straight line because I just don't like straight lines, and so I offset this one. So I brought it out some because the driveway curves outward like that, so it's a lot bigger in the center here than it is on the edges or on the ends. So I brought this tree out, and then you can see we got the crab apple here, crab apple there, the other crab apple is right there in front of the garage and area in Brooks' mom's house over there, and pistache tree here. And if you look right there, that is number 3 right there. That's our 3 Chinese pistache trees. And again, there's the other crab apple. So absolutely beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. And looking out of our windows, you know, out of the house, we're going to see these trees. Brooks' mom as well. When that crab apple is in full bloom, it is going to be gorgeous looking out, especially when the sun's setting. It's going to be beautiful. And also, look at the privacy it's going to give us. It'll give us some privacy as well, too. We won't be so wide open from, you know, the road or anything like that. I do want to shout out a huge thank you to Tracy over there at Just Dig It Farm for helping me with this. If you guys don't follow Tracy and love gardening, y'all go check Tracy out. She has one of the best gardening channels on YouTube. It is phenomenal. Right, girl? That's right. I gotta go clock out. You wanna come with me? You better. She ain't gonna pay you overtime either. Well, boss lady, I got the 7 trees in the ground. I'm just, don't wear myself out. I know I'm not a young pup anymore like I used to be. I would have probably planted all up today, but I don't want to wake up in the morning stoved up like the Tin Man, you know what I mean? So, got the 7 trees planted. It already, even though they're this big around, like this, big around, and, you know, just looks like a stick in the ground almost over there, it already looks better. You believe that? I mean, it's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I'm just going to piddle with the parterre garden. I'm going to do, you know, some here, some there. I know we got a lot of things to do around here, but I'm just going to work that in and get that done, and probably get Mary Carl to help me with those. She'll, we double team that. We can knock that out in a couple of days. Right, girl? That's right. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and clock out, and I'll check with you this evening when I come back and feed. All right.